Hi, beautiful Libras. Welcome back to the channel. It's always appreciated, gang. Thank you so much for being here. All your generosity, all your support that you give to me and to this channel. Libra energy. Let's go. Thank you for liking the videos, for subscribing to the channel. Thank you so much, guys. I do appreciate each and every one of you. As always, thank you. Let's go. Ooh, liberation. Willpower. The doubts and fears still come up, but you don't believe anymore that they're you. This is companionship. Giving someone your complete presence is an astonishing gift. Like you have liberated your... Ooh, someone has not awakened. They're unawakened. And they did not appreciate what they had. It took, they will not detach. They have attachments. They're unawakened. So somebody will not detach. They have not detached. This is the truth. Although they're grieving, they're not paying attention to the signs. Invite the divine to pursue you. Seriously, just say, finally, God, I'm done. Pursue me. Show me the way. Someone is just unawakened. They have attachments. They have not liberated themselves. Let's find out what this what is this unawakened? Yeah, they're in a karmic cycle. They're not ready. That's why there is a separation. They're thinking of you. But they have a soul contract to fulfill. This is... You're going. You're not dealing with anyone unawakened. Nope. 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 Because you are in the world, but you are not of it. You have angelic light. You're not supposed to be dealing with anyone who is unawakened. They have a soul contract now. They've created a soul contract with someone. A karmic soul contract with someone. Even though the universe has been giving this person's clues, signs, and whispering to them that they should awaken, that they should get out of this soul contract, they've created something. And they have formed attachments that they have not detached from. You're a wise sage, okay? This was for judgment, for collective awakening. So you're in the world, but you're not of the world. And you cannot deal with energies if they're unawakened. Like this separation was supposed to put them into an awakening, but they're not doing it. But they are heavily burdened because you are on their mind. You are their soulmate, but they're resisting. And it could be because of family. You've had to liberate yourself. And there is chaos and there is magician energy. That's what they have manifested. You're highly honored, highly respected, and they're unawakened. They're in that player energy, still juggling, and they have to get their karma. They have to reap what they have sown for their cheating ways and their lying. They've created a soul contract with someone. This was a spiritual contract. You were like the Holy Grail. But they created a soul contract with somebody by cheating. Okay? They're looking at you like you hurt them somehow. This is ridiculous. Well, that's what they created, a soul contract with someone, and now they're under judgment. And yep. They chose a soul contract over a spiritual contract. But they were hiding another lover. And they have gotten trapped in a soul contract with another lover. And a lot of people may disagree with me. Take it or leave it. But when you're out having sexual relations, when you're in a union, energetically, that's a transference of sexual energy, creating soul contracts. Because, like, for a lot of people, they can go in and have, casual sex or whatever. But they don't realize it's creating a soul contract with another human being. And that's what they have done. Created a soul contract, a karmic soul contract with another individual by having sexual relations with them. Okay, that's third parties. And now they're stressed out. They could have been in their ego, doing things out of ego. This is a loop. They could have committed to someone else. Even though they're stressed out, even though they're going through a lot of painful cycles, this is what they created for themselves. It was supposed to bring them into a healing energy, but that's what they did. Could have had a fling or a one-night stand with somebody, but they created a soul contract by doing that. They took a risk, acting foolish. Causing a separation, and you had no choice but to move forward. Look, I think that this person wants to get out of this soul contract. I do. See, for this person, their emotions were not in it. For them, they were emotionally detached, but who they went to, they formed an emotional attachment to that other energy. They were not in it for emotion. They were in it for casual sex. But the other energy, by taking that sexual act, they formed this whole contract. It is that simple. Like, everybody thinks that you can just go out and have casual sex and that's that. Not true for the other party. Or not true for the other party who now has control of them because they did what they did. Quite honestly, they don't care about the other energy. They don't even trust the other energy. But the actions they took, they may have regretted. Someone could have been chasing them, or they could have been chasing after someone else. See? Even though neither one of them, they're both selfish, to be honest with you. It could be for finances, but they created a soul tie, a karmic soul tie with this person. And it's got to end, to bring them into an awakening. But they're looking at finances, see? Oh, so shock. They may have had a child with someone else, or someone else could have said that they were pregnant, and they're hanging on for that reason. That's why they're there. They may have made a commitment to this energy. Your intuition, and now they want to apologize to you, but they're sorry for what they did, but they made a love offer to someone else. They were juggling and they were breadcrumbing you, and they couldn't make up their mind. They couldn't make a decision. They knew that they would have to hurt you or hurt this other person. So they chose to hurt you. Why did they choose to hurt you? Because you were more confident, more self-reliant. Codependency over here. Children, see? Commitments. That's what they did. That's that sexual energy. I told you the other person has an emotional attachment to them. They formed an emotional bond. Your person does not have emotions for them the way that this other energy has emotions for them. Now, it could be because they share a child, or because there's a child involved. That's why they're under judgment. It's the direction they chose. To walk away. They refuse to do the work. So they spy on you. See, you had a spiritual contract with this person. They have a karmic soul tie connection to this person now because of, their secrets and having secret options with this a secret lover. I'm telling you who's trapping them. Thought the grass was greener, and they got trapped in a karmic soul tie. I'm telling you, you have a spiritual contract with this person, but they broke that contract when they went and had sexual gratification with someone else. And that other someone else may have gotten pregnant, and that is the soul tie that they felt, even if they didn't have a child with that person. This person has created how many soul ties? I don't know. Which is why people should learn that energy exchange creates soul ties. It does. Like, unless you can completely leave emotions out of it, unless you can completely have protected sex, it is creating soul ties wherever this person goes. Who knows how many soul ties that they have created? Who knows how many lovers that they have had? But with each and every one of those lovers, when you have that energy, physical, sexual energy exchange, you are creating soul ties with those people. And now they regret it. And your spirit team is taking care of them. And the reason why there's a separation, I think spirit is protecting you, because this other energy was planning to bring you legal trouble. The return to sender you did backfired on them. And now they could be facing legal trouble. If they were wishing ill will upon you and your family, that is what they're experiencing. If they were wishing, they formed a negative, unhealthy soul tie with somebody. And your God-given abilities irritate the hell out of them. Study the darkness to recognize it, to be able to protect yourself. So sometimes we are asked to go see the darkness, the shadow self, to find out how to protect your own energy. That's what you're doing. They can't stand you got it made. You don't trust no one. Spying on you is part of their daily routine, and you will witness their karma. And then they're going to try to reach out and reconcile with you. Hello. For some of you, they could have cheated with someone you know. They could have cheated with some of your friends. Or some of your own friends were talking dirt behind your back. And not every soul contract, like when you first meet a person and it seems familiar to you, like I know you from before, our souls recognize each other. Yeah, not all soul contracts are meant to be redone. Like this could have been a karmic from a past life and their souls recognize each other. But not all soul contracts are good soul contracts. You know what I'm saying? This one was the devil. They're getting some heavy karma. You know, that soul recognition. I recognize your soul. Well, they recognized your soul, but they may have encountered someone else who their soul recognized, but it was an unhealthy one. Yes, we have, like from past lives. You know, we could have many soulmates in our lives, and not all of them are good for us. This one met a bad one. Like it seems so familiar, we know each other. That can be spiritual contracts where you have that soul recognition, but it also works the same for unhealthy soul contracts, karmic soul contracts. This one met a unhealthy soul contract from perhaps a past life, who was sent here to run interference in a healthy spiritual soul contract, because they hate your spiritual gifts. So the little enemy works overboard to cross paths with other soul contracts that may have been from this life or a past life. It doesn't mean they were good for them. Just because that familiarity is there doesn't mean it's a good familiarity. Yeah, not every soul contract is one we're meant to repeat a lesson with. You're like, they know. This is an unhealthy soul contract. Could be a false twin. And if Spirit's saying this is not meant for you, that's exactly what Spirit means. This is not for you. Even though then they get overwhelmed. See, their instincts might have said, oh geez, I know that this, I'm going to regret this, but their souls recognize each other. So it's like, oh, it seems so familiar. You feel comfortable around those energies. But then it turns out to end up being a soul contract from a past life who's here to get vengeance on you. You know what I mean? Not every soul contract is a good one. Some are here to get vengeance from something that happened from a past life, and it's looking like that's what they're in. Form dark attachments, see? And so that then they get confused. It's like, well, I have a spiritual contract and I've got this other one that I feel a strong tie to. Yeah, that's a lesson from a past life coming back around again to see if they can repeat the same bloody lesson. It was unhealthy then and it's unhealthy now. But your souls recognize each other. It's a familiarity. So you feel like, oh, I know you from somewhere. Well, yeah, you do. You just may not have remembered how it turned out in a past life. You know what I mean? Just because we have past life soul contracts does not mean that we have to finish them or engage in those. We can release them and say, learn the difference between the two and say, oh my God, now I remember. You're my enemy. You're here to hurt me. You're here to get vengeance. You know, that old lesson kicks back in. And then you realize, oh my Lord, have mercy. They fell for a familiar person, a familiar soul from a past life, but it was not one that they were supposed to engage in. You can learn your lessons without engaging in soul contracts from past lives or the past. Especially when you're given a divine love, but that's where they get confused. Well, I feel this strong bond with this person and I feel it with this person, which one do I choose? This one appears to be all good on the surface. It's surface level. It feels familiar at a surface level, and they fell for that one. Take care, Libra.